But as you know, Stuttering John, being the piece of shit that he is, the vile piece of crap inside and out, who just does awful thing after awful thing. And by the way, I am 120% convinced it's you, John, that did it. You and Mark Lewis are completely behind my Patreon removal. I've talked to numerous people today on the phone. Everyone agrees that you guys are completely behind it. You're a compulsive liar. You're a liar. You're a low-life piece of shit. This is something something you would do. We have you on record striking channels. You struck mine twice. I have that screenshot. You admitted to it. You struck me while on camera. And then it was brought to my attention today. I kind of knew about it, that you actually struck Carl from Rochester's Patreon because he was doing commentary, transformative commentary on your audiobook from your book. You're not a good person. You totally did this. You did it. It was strategic. It was towards the end of the month. You knew you were going to try to fuck me over. You even mentioned, because of that title to that show, that mentioned nothing of your son, daughter's name. You did this. You went after my income. You went after my Patreon. I may or may not get it back. I don't know. I don't know how this works, how it's going to appeal. The company's based out of San Francisco, so who knows with these tech companies or what's going to happen. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping, but I'm already getting emails from people that they're being refunded as we speak. Jeff Closer was one of them, who's one of your moderators here today. My Patreon payout is at the end of the month in 2 days, and it was strategically struck on Thanksgiving morning. But it just sucks that some people can just recklessly do this, especially public figures. A Major League Baseball player who played for 10 years with the pension, a guy who's in SAG that's been on network TV, radio, with Wikipedias, because I'm ball busting. I'm saying shit. I'm not threatening his life. I'm not threatening him. He's doing that all day on YouTube and nothing happens. It's just sad to see, but it is what it is, and I'm going to get through it. I'm going to deal with it, and I'll take the financial hit the month of December. Not that I needed that money or anything, John. Not that I have Christmas and friends coming up and everything else and bills to pay, you fucking piece of shit, you garbage human being. So here's Aaron Emholt this morning.
There's a direct correlation between if you can get people to give you money and the content you're doing. If you're making money because all you're doing is shitting on this one guy, then people are watching you because they hate that guy, not because they think you're any good. That's the tragedy of the drama channel.
This is not about Stuttering John right now. He's saying it, those who cover Stuttering John, in the drama business, this is all about him. So every time he says Stuttering John, he's saying StutJo because he's getting piled on like Stuttering John. Like he said, I was the next Stuttering John. You are the next Stuttering John. You're the one getting piled on, bitch, just like you tried to pile on me, motherfucker. So this is all a cope. This is all about him. This is nothing about me. This is nothing about the Shuley Network. This is nothing about Bob. This is about StutJo. And he's trying to convince you otherwise right now.
They stop doing the drama. It's like they get so filled with cancer that to remove the cancer would kill the body.
Is this Gino Bisconte or Aaron Emholt? I mean, Jesus Christ.
And then Bob Levy, as naive as it may be, he's right. In the human decency sense, Bob Levy goes, why don't we just stop making fun of these guys? Why don't we just have fun? Bob, you're right. But you can be, and this is where a Shuley decides, I can be right and broke and go get a job.
By Shuley, he means Melton.
Or I can be wrong and I can pay my bills.
He's talking about Melton and Carl.
So he's got to fill his lungs with the cancer. He's got to fill his lungs.
Talking about Carl and Melton and Blind Mike and everybody else.
Now, I mean, if you think about these Dabbleverse guys.
Hey, bitch, you're in it. You forced your way in. You were going to DabbleCon. You were going to Content House until you realized you couldn't afford it. You're in. Aaron, the only reason anyone pays attention to you is because you're a buffoon who has felony charges, who lost his wife in the biggest cuck manner of all time. You literally gave your wife away to a married couple. Your restraining order and the violation, you cheating on a pregnant woman, the mother of your children. your co-host dropping like flies, your views going down. We're not tuning into your show because your coverage on the election or Donald Trump or your thoughts on what Bam Margera's doing. We don't give a fuck. The only time we're interested is when you're talking about any of this. That's it. And we know you can't help yourself because of your narcissism and your delusion and who you really are and what you really are in the profession that you think you're in. That's why we're watching. We're not fooled by this. I'm not fooled by this. Okay?